Game Related, where we highlight opportunities and obstacles from former athletes with the thought process of giving future generations a better understanding about the game.
These conversations are meant to bring awareness to the opportunities and the hardship that come along with the game. Let's get game related. All right, everyone, welcome to a new episode of Game Related. This is a special episode here. We have a DC native. He has created a standard for Theodore Roosevelt basketball. He is a 5-time city champion. He's a 5-time runner-up for the city championship. He's a director of player basketball operations. He's a rover leader with the DPR, Department of Parks and Recreations. We are very pleased, and not forget this, he has a DCS AA state championship. So we are very happy to have our guest today, Coach Rob Nickens.
What's up, Rennie, my man? What's up? How y'all
doing? Good.
Thank you for coming on the show. And how you doing?
Doing great, man. I'm glad I'm here. Outstanding show. I'm glad I'm here today.
All right, so one of the first questions we always ask is, everybody always focuses on success.
Correct.
But one of the hardest things is really maintaining that success.
Absolutely.
So what advice would you give on how people should maintain that success?
I think you have to believe in your brand, and have to believe in yourself, and have to believe in your kids when it comes to basketball. I've been at Roosevelt now 20 years. The system hasn't changed. We've done the same thing for the last 20 years. Respect, education first, basketball second, and family third. And we go in that order right there. And, with that being said, the number one overall thing I have in my program is God. So that's how we roll every year. And we've had a success, like I said, for over 20 years of doing it that way. So it won't change. I will continue to believe in them avenues to get to where we need to get to.
Okay. And then before we jump into the coaching, because a lot of times the audience don't know about the playing days of the coaches.
Absolutely.
So definitely tell them about your playing days, what type of player you were. I mean, me personally, I know, because I remember when we was in number 2 Boys and Girls Club, and I was probably 8, 9 years old.
Correct.
Watching you play and with the extremely handles and the flashy passes and stuff like that. And even back then, I guess that coaching just came out back then because you used to, give us pointers and tell us to work on certain things that you saw about us. So.
Exactly. Well, growing up in the Searching Quarters area, downtown DC, playing at number 2 Boys Club, playing for Julius Wide and Jimmy Watkins and Bill Butler, you had to learn the game of basketball. I mean, if you wanted to be around, you had to study the game. So that was something I did back then. I was a pretty good point guard, I think, in my day. I could score at all 3 levels. Went on to play at Spingarn High School, had a very good career at Spingarn High School, played at the collegiate level at Cloud County Community College, and then played at Catholic University under Mike Lonergan. So I got it done at the college level. And I just wanted to just be a part of the game. So, just playing it every day and, having fun playing it, I think it helped me be a coach that I am today. I think basketball was always in my blood, but I think me playing it the way I did, I can give back to the kids, explaining the game as well as teaching the game. So that's what I think about that situation. But I was good, though. I was pretty good.
Hey, quick question. Talk about how different the style of play was back then versus now.
Man, you already know. We gonna touch you. Ain't no coming to the basket without getting fouled. I tell my kids this every day that a lot of y'all couldn't have played in my era because we gonna beat you up. Basketball was a physical sport. We pretty much played football. We just not gonna let you go to the basket and score. Somebody's gonna foul you. Somebody's gonna take a charge. Somebody's gonna get in the way and stop you from getting to the rim. Today you see guys move out the way. I just think the game has changed over the years, but honestly, it was a real physical game back then. I think it's by me playing in that era and then coaching in this era is night and day. Physical basketball back then. Being honest today, basketball a little soft. Refs calling fouls when it ain't even a foul there, but we play physical basketball. And I get on my kids every day about Man, I'm not going to. I had a situation yesterday with my point guard, Kamari Porter, trying to tell him. Guy fouled him. He called him a foul. I said, man, they not calling that when I played the game. It's not a foul. What you calling a foul for, man? Play through that. Learn how to play through contact and get better. So that's what we teach. So it's different in that aspect.
Okay. You touched on it, but the next question was, why coaching? Like, what made you get into coaching? What was like the influence behind that?
The people that raised me, I would say, Bill Butler, Mr. Wyatt, Jimmy Watkins, Craig Hughes, who works at Emory now with the Department of Parks and Recreation, Mitch Creedle, who put me in basketball and in coaching. All them guys touched me in some kind of way. And, when you grow up in the inner city of Washington, D.C., I had my dad at home. I'm not going to sit here and act like I didn't have great guidance in my life, but you still need more. And all them guys gave me more. Mm-hmm. So I said I wanted to give back to the youth of D.C. Me being a roving leader, outreach worker. When basketball is one thing, but touching the life is something totally different. So that's why I do what I do.
Mm-hmm. So what would you say you enjoy most about coaching? Like, and at this point, from all the success, the championships, 400 wins, like, is it any more, like, any other goals that you aspire to attain at this point?
Can I beat myself? Like every day I wake up and I say, can I do it again? That's the challenge that I could have walked away from coaching in DC. I look at probably coaching at the college level one day. If God gives me the opportunity, it's not a rush job for me. If it's going to happen, I think God has a plan for everything in my life. But I challenge myself, can I do it again? I want to win another state championship. I want to win another DCIAA championship. I want to be number one all time in wins in DC basketball history. That's my goal. So I'm gonna continue to do that. In public school, I am right now.
Okay.
But I want to, it's other people that I'm chasing. I mean, you look at, nobody's gonna catch Morgan Wooten, but hey, you think about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I get up every day and do what I do and chase myself. So it is what it is.
Okay.
Man, I like that. You versus you is always a tough
always thing. And a lot of people don't understand that. When you win 5, you want to win 6. Mm-hmm. When you win 6, you want to win 7. It's a hunger, it's a burn there, it's still there. I love it. That's why I get up and I do the work that I do every day.
All right, so earlier you talked about some of your core principles at Rose, right?
Yep.
I think you said respect, education, and family, right?
Always.
So let's dive into that a little bit more, and why is that important to you, and why did that come?
So respect, about? I think if you want to be successful in anything, you have to respect the brand. Our Milkhouse brand, I got on the back of my shirt, is that, man, hey, you're going to do everything you're supposed to do to be successful. Mm-hmm. That means we got to be in the gym at 7 a.m. You're going to be there at 6:45, 6:30. You're going to get up because you respect the brand. If you want to win a championship, when you don't want to run the extra mile, you're going to have to run 2 miles. We want to push you beyond measures to get you to understand if you want to achieve a goal, you have to go beyond whatever that you've done before. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't understand to be successful, you have to do extra. That's what I think. Like every day, you have to do extra. If we're going to practice an hour and a half today, well, maybe tomorrow we got to go 2.5 hours. Everything has to be extra when you want to be successful. So, family, you can't be successful without family. My mom, she went through some medical issues this past year, and I didn't realize how much I really needed her in my life. But now I do, because she's always been the light for me to be successful. So I think that's number one all time. And then, like I said, God, can't make it in this world without God. We live in a tough world. You need God to be able to make it. And that's what I preach every day. So
I like that. I like the respect piece. I think where we at right now in society, yes. I think that people forget what's necessary for success, right? They want to be successful without the groundwork or the foundations that come with it. Like, you're going to have to do extra to be successful, or else you're just going to be like everybody else.
And I think a key component to that is also you got to have great people with you and great people around you. Like, nobody lasts 30 years in coaching, but 20 years at one school without a great administration, great teachers, just great security, just great people around me. Yeah. And that's what gives me an opportunity to be successful. Rob Nickens is a small piece of the puzzle at the Milkhouse at Theodore Roosevelt. I'm a small piece, but all them avenues help me yearly be successful because they understand the mission of what we try to do in our program, and it helps the kids as well.
Nice, nice. So I know in public schools you can't necessarily recruit, right?
You can, you know,
How
but
does
it's at
that
the middle
work?
school level mainly. But you know, that recruiting thing is crazy. You know how we attack it. We compete with the private schools. They get, you know, pretty much get the best of the best. You know, at Roosevelt, man, I'm able to go out to Jefferson, you know, Hardy, whatever middle school in the city is, and recruit kids out of the middle school. And my approach has been, we have to get kids better when we recruit them. We might not get the 4 and 5 star. Now, will I get a transfer here and there? Absolutely. A kid's going to transfer to Roosevelt. It's going to happen. But I'm going to recruit that middle school kid and say to myself, he's going to be me the next 4 years. And can I develop him as a person and as a player? And that's how we've been successful with recruiting. That we're going to get that 9th grade kid that's going to come in. I started 3 freshmen last year. Yeah. So now I see them in their sophomore year, they ready to go. You know, so that's how you do that.
Yeah, man. And I also say with recruiting and development, right?
Yes.
It's easier just to acquire talent. You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
easy,
yes.
You know what I mean? But to sit there and build somebody from the ground up, like that's a whole different aspect of coaching and development. You know, I got a true appreciation for it.
Totally agree. And it makes you feel good when you accomplish something, when you know I've put the work in with this kid, and I can see from day one where he was and to where he's at now. You know, we picking up banners, we picking up trophies, but when I first got him, that wasn't an achievable goal, but now it is. So it makes you feel good. And you always let them know. Yeah, don't forget where you came from.
So let's talk about what type of player you're looking for at Rose when you're bringing them in, and also the expectations of you. What should they have expectation wise of you as a coach?
With bringing them in, we always want to bring in. I would honestly say I'm gonna recruit the kid that's not the best kid on the floor. I don't look at the kid that everybody's recruiting as the 5-star kid. I'm looking at that kid that's the 2 and 3-star kid and seeing, can I develop him? That's what we look for. So when I go to a game and I'm in a middle school game, for instance, and I see, I'm gonna just use Johnson and Jefferson playing each other. You might have 3 or 4 great talents on the floor, but this is that one kid that's playing defense. I went to see, matter of fact, I can give you an example. I went to see, it was Stuart Hobson playing Jefferson in the playoffs like 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. It was a kid in my program I recruited named Philip Flagg. They called him Lockdown Phil because he became one of the best defensive players in the city. He helped us win another city championship. He couldn't chew bubble gum. He couldn't shoot. I just seen him run from one end of the floor to the other end of the floor to make a defensive play at the rim on somebody in a close game. And right then I tried to find who his mom was in the crowd. Like, I need to recruit that kid. Because it's hard to find kids that want to play hard all the time. Yeah. And I think, like I said, he was down one time, and they were down 15 points in the game, but his motor never changed. And that's something I think kids need to understand. Whether you winning or losing, coaches want to see your body language. They want to see how hard you play. They want to see that you care about your teammates. If your teammate falls on the floor, are you going to sprint, not jog, sprint, they go pick them up. That's the difference between a scholarship and you not getting signed. And people need to understand that. It's a business. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Coach Rob, works for the Department of Parks and Recreation. That what pays my rent. But a college coach pays his rent by how you play. And kids need to understand that. You know what I'm saying? So they're not going to take a risk or chance on you if you can't give them everything every day. I'm not going. If you 50% of the time, you hurting that guy's livelihood, and you have to understand that. So that's what I tell my kids. I say, no matter what's going on at Roosevelt, every time you step on this floor, you need to give 1,000%, not 100%, 1,000%. Even when you tired, you burnt out, you need to give effort. Effort is everything. So,
great point. And expectations as you as a coach.
I'm gonna do everything in my power to help you achieve your goal. If it's playing college basketball, if it's being someone that drives a metro train, if it's working construction, whatever your goal is, Coach Rob's gonna be in your life for the rest of your life. I'm not going nowhere. So when you commit to Theodore Roosevelt, you commit to me, we're connected forever till God takes one of us off this earth.
I like that. The last thing, let's talk about coaching philosophies, right? Are you more of a system guy, more free flow? Like, talk about your style of play.
Offensively, I don't care. You can shoot it from the parking lot.
I like that.
Defensively, you have to guard at Theodore Roosevelt.
Okay.
My guys have the freedom to score the ball from anywhere in the building. Rennie will tell you that. I don't have no. We're gonna run our system. We're gonna run our offense. But if you believe you can score from there, you need to score from there. Coach Rob's not gonna say a word. I'm gonna say something when you're not playing defense.
I like
That's
that.
it.
I like
Defense wins championships. Offense sell tickets.
like that.
So definitely with the success from winning the championships,
Yep.
with the players that's already on the team, and then from, let's say they on the team, we won a championship, and then now you got the incoming freshmen that's coming in. Everybody kind of have their egos or want to be the man or want to be the focal point of the team. Like, so how do you manage those egos and everything to get everybody on one accord?
Always believe you have to show the body of work. And in our program, and you both you guys know from being at Gonzaga and playing in a great program, you see the teams before you. You know, you see the pictures on the wall, you see the rings, you see the plaques, you see all that on the wall. So why do we need to have an ego when everybody should be having one common goal, is to take that picture right there? And that's what I show my guys. Like, if you want to be a champion and you want to do it the right way, that's the right way to do it. You have to show kids what they're going into. You can't sit here and say, it's going to happen. Nah, it's steps to making it happen. And if you want to be a champion and you want to win, then you have to throw your ego out the door. Like I just told y'all, Coach Rob is not bigger than the program. So if I'm the head of the program, I'm not bigger than the program. How can I allow you to be the head of the program? It's not going to happen. So we all need to be on one common goal. One solid page towards getting to our goals. And if you do that, then you have a chance to take that picture right there. And there's multiple pictures, as you can see on that wall. So I think you need to do it our way.
Like that.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely remember coming in your office and I see all the pictures, all the teams, and I know that's definitely got to bring so much enthusiasm and excitement to you. Just seeing, like, this is what you helped create. You know what I'm
But
saying?
I told somebody, if you go to Duke and you step in the middle of camera and you look up top, you see 5 national championships. If I'm a kid and I want to go to college and play at the next level, they just signed the Boozer twins yesterday. Pretty much knew they were going to probably go there anyway because dad played there or whatever.
Right.
But he's getting the best of the best because of what has been established through Coach K and the Duke brand. It's big. Carolina, Kansas, all them programs, Kentucky. If you look up top, you see where we trying to go. And I think that's big. Georgetown, I think now is going to get back. I think Ed Cooley will get Georgetown back behind like Kenny and some of the guys he's brought in as coaches. You can see that Georgetown starting to flip. We was talking earlier about Maryland. Maryland's doing a great job of recruiting the area again. So, these are championship programs. They've just been down, but they're starting to get back. But I think, in any situation, you have to show the body of work. And if you show the body of work, I think you'll be successful.
Mhm.
So definitely. So let's think back from all the teams and the pictures that's on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Which team that you would say is probably the best team that you coached?
I know some Milkhouse guys gonna get mad at me. That's cool. I'm with that. But honestly, I feel as though I have not won the championship with my best team yet.
Okay.
So that's another thing that I'm chasing,
Okay.
to have the best group win it. But that 2013 team, and I tell a story about that team. That team got out the gate 24-0, and we beat that year everybody. We beat Kennedy Meeks, the kid that played at Carolina, when he was at West Charlotte. We beat Montrose Christian that year when they was ranked number 3 in the country, by double figures with Wayne Wright and all them. We beat a Kill Car, Princeton Day, the Crime Stopper that year. We were 24-0 and didn't win the championship. Mike Warren, who went on to play at Cal State Northridge, Jabril Faulkner, who played at Canisius, Johnny Schuler, who played at LaSalle, Troy Stassel, who played at Jackson State, who Everett Quick, who played at Bowie State. It was like, I would say, at least 7 to 8 great college players on that team. But we lost to a great Cougars team that year. Von Jones had on, I think, Deshaun Moorman and some other Division I players in that team that year, Kalen Cumberlander and guys like that. And we didn't win it in 2013. And I thought that team, when you become 24-0, 21-0, you start thinking about chasing history. And the talk of the city was they're going to be the next great team, like a Spingarn in 85 that went 31-0, or Dunbar in 1976 who went, I think, 29-0. You start to hear your press clippings, and we didn't finish. But what's so great about that team is the following year, we came back in 2014 and won the city and state championship. So it was great to go through 2013, which I thought that was the team that was going to win it. But to come back in 2014 and win the whole thing, it was God humbling us in 2013 to be able to accomplish what we did in 2014.
That's crazy to think that was 10 years ago.
I know, right?
Oh my God.
Time is moving.
Time is moving, man.
Yes, it is.
So let's talk about your best memories as a coach. Give me like your best memory and also like your worst memory as a coach. Certain situations that just made you be like, man, I don't know about this coaching thing.
When I was at Martha Washington, I was another undefeated team, and I lost to Spingarn in the first round of playoffs. I think that was it was a while ago, 2003, 4. This is at MM. It was back then, before I got the Rose. We were loaded. We beat them the year before. Beat them a week before, about 40 at Spingarn.
What happened?
The lights. And Jerome Nesbitt, had Jerome Nesbitt on that team. Brian Smith on that team. We had a great team at MM, and the Quante Thompson, we had a great team. Herman Frazier, and that team was strong. And I again, God will humble you in moments where He needs to humble you. We looked past Spingarn because we beat them by 40 the week before. This is an easy win. We didn't already put advanced on the board, and they came in our building and shot 57 free throws in our building in the playoff game. So Coach Rob makes excuses. The game, well, you know how it is. How you shoot 57 free throws in my building in the first round? I'm the number 1 seed in a playoff game. I don't think they wanted us to win, but that's a whole nother story. But we didn't play our best basketball that night. And it taught me a lesson that you can't sleep on anybody any moment, because at any moment you can lose. And that helped me in coaching. It's my worst loss, but I think it's the best thing that ever happened to me in coaching, because now I understand that on any given night, Roosevelt can lose if we don't come and do what we need to do. So that's my worst loss, I would say. That one, and I would say the city title game in 2011 when I lost at the mouth at the buzzer. On a foul that was called with 3 seconds left on James Robinson, and he threw it up back because we didn't touch the kid. But hey, man, the mouth ranked number 5 in the country. Little old Roosevelt pushed him to the wire. Then we had the door about to steal another city title, and things happen. So a foul was called, but great contest against Mike Jones. But I learned something that night too. You got to beat the best. So you got to beat the best to be the best.
It's crazy. We had a couple coaches on here that wish we can go back to that
city title game.
City title game.
Yes,
nothing like it.
Yeah, they went back to the city title game for me. I would go to the city title game now 11 times. So yeah, you want to go back to that format? We can do that as well. So I love the city title game format.
Yeah, let's go back to your best memories as a coach. Give us a couple of them.
Winning the state championship definitely is a unbelievable moment. You feel as though you reached the pinnacle of DC basketball. Nobody could take it from you. Definitely the way we did it to be able to beat 3 private schools en route to winning it was special. And you never know when you're going to do it again. So that's something that you always want to keep on your resume. Nobody can ever take it away from you. A state champion is big. Definitely winning 5 city championships. I mean, that's unheard of. So to be able to accomplish that is another, great thing to do. And just to see all the number of kids that I've been able to put at the next level, I think it means more to me than any championship situation. When kids come back to you 5, 7, 10 years from being removed from your program and they have their own families and they're doing well in the game of life, is the biggest win I think I've ever had.
Nice. So let's jump into AAU, right?
Yep.
AAU is a necessary, right?
Yep.
How do you navigate that as a head coach and dealing with the leverage that AAU has and the influence that it has on your players?
Well, for me, at first I was, I coached AAU with Metro Ball and some other programs, but now I'm with DC Premier.
Okay.
So being with DC Premier the past 2 to 3 years has taught me that it's big. Not saying Metro Ball wasn't a great situation or whatever, but on a national, that circuit is unbelievable because you got guys that's flying in from all over the country. You got guys that's flying in from out the country to play the best basketball you could, possibly be in front of. And can it affect your program? If you allow it to, you can. But I've always been a big fan of it because I want kids to get recruited any way they can. They need to try to be in front of college coaches, and AAU gives you that situation, that platform where you can play in front of the best and get seen by the best of the best. When Roosevelt plays Jackson Reed and Coolidge and some other programs in the city, whether it be a Gonzaga or a Carl, whatever, you're going to have college coaches in the building. But it's some nights that college coaches are not going to come in the building when I play. I'm not going to call out school names, but play maybe somebody think it's a lesser opponent. We're not going to get that type of look. So for AAU to be there for the kids that won't get the look through their high school program, I think is great for basketball.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. Because, it's been some kids in this city that have played at lesser named schools that can really play. But you don't see them during the high school season, but then you see them on the circuit. And, a coach might come up to me and say, Rob, he playing y'all comp, he that good? I'm like, yeah, man, y'all need to come check him out more. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Don't just, think because he's on a school team that's not winning as much as other teams that the kid can't play. It was not a gym in the city that someone needs to find the rock, because we have them here all over this area. They here. DC for basketball, this is the hotbed. You want to find a talented kid, all you got to do is come to the DMV, the nation's capital. You're going to find him. He's here.
Nice.
Trust me.
And would you say, so obviously in the media, AAU gets a bad rap, right? Do you think that's unfair?
Absolutely. Like I said, I work with some great people in AAU. Like I said, Damon Hannon, who runs DC Premier with Kenny Wells, who's over top of operation, are great people that care about kids and care about, where kids are in life. Forget basketball. Yeah. And I'm being honest, before I got to DC Premier, people paint negative pictures of people. Mm-hmm. They would tell you something negative about a Damon or negative about a Kenny, but man, it's totally untrue. Yeah. They care about kids before they care about basketball. And that's why I'm glad I'm a part of DC Premier, now, because I see that. But if I wouldn't have took a chance on it, I would just look at them in a negative way. And we got to stop painting negative pictures towards people that we don't even know. Or, like somebody might say something negative about Coach Rob. Like, you don't even know Coach Rob. Yeah. And I'm going to give you a scenario. I was actually in the game one day, and someone was sitting behind me talking negative about my program. And this dude ain't even know. Yeah, I know him. And I turn around, like, you know me? Like in an actual middle school game. And yeah, I'm Coach Rob and Theodore Roosevelt. I don't know you, you know me? And he just couldn't say nothing. So, that's that's what we deal with. But AAU is great to help kids get to the next level, just as well as high school basketball. It's something like a boost. It's like an energy drink. It's going to help you even more. You know,
I definitely think AAU gets a bad rap, and
I
it's
do too.
unfair because it's there for exposure. It ain't necessarily there to continue to teach you stuff because you ain't got enough time.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
And I love what you said. Judge somebody based on your relationship versus what such and such said, because y'all experience might be different.
There you
You
go.
know what I mean? Y'all might not see eye to eye on this, but y'all scenario is a clean slate. You know what I mean? So
totally agree. Totally agree. Yep.
And so you kind of touched on it, aspirations of coaching, possibly in college or things like that. Like obviously, if the right situation came your way, would you be interested in coaching at the next level?
I mean, absolutely. You think about it, you dream about that, you think about it every day. The one thing for me is I'm 30 years in now.
Yeah.
So, I've always wanted to just help inner city kids. So that's my passion of why I coach, at the high school level. But if the Coach Rob, being honest, my dream job would be a junior college job in the Midwest. Going back out to the Midwest where I went to school at Cloud County or
That's in Kansas?
In Kansas, Cloud County, Butler County, Neosho County, Highland, all the schools that we played against. Coach Rob will want a JUCO job in the Midwest. That's my dream job.
Why the Midwest?
I just feel as though that it's the best conference in the country, the Jayhawk.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get all kids who ever play for you gonna be attracted to playing in that conference. I've talked to my college coach, Kevin Pounds, and Coach Erkenbrag about that one day, and also Coach Flax that used to be at Brown Mackey, who's like the all-time winningest JUCO coach in the state of Kansas, and I think maybe in the United States, about possibly taking one of them jobs one day. Okay. So if you see me coaching the JUCO level, you already know we talked about it. But I just think that you can also, it still would be like helping public school kids get to where they need to get to.
Okay.
That's the road I'm looking at with that. Like, because when you go to JUCO, they say, you needed a second chance, so this had to happen. So why not put kids in a better position and coach them to do that? I would love to do that and change their life and trajectory in life. Okay. So, yep.
Okay, but let's so this year, for this year's season, what are some of the focal points? We don't want to give away none of the secrets and everything for your team this year to be on that road to that championship, another championship.
We're gonna play our style. I mean, everybody knows that Roosevelt's gonna come after you 94 feet. It's no secret. It's just what we do. But being more, I would say a little bit more offensive minded than in the past with my group. Not saying I don't give them freedom, but being a little bit more structured than we've been in the past. Like a lot of shots that we just take, we ain't taking them this year. We're going to calm down with all that and just run what we want to run and run our sets and be able to score, in tough, tight games. You know what I'm saying? Understand this is a bad shot. This is a great shot. You know what I'm saying? On the defensive end, no threes, make everybody take tough twos. Like, just take away the 3-point line and make you take tough twos. You know what I'm saying? And go from that. Off the floor to just be us. Everybody just understand, hey, we're gonna do it like we practice. I don't know if I'm the only public school, but we practice at 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to teach kids now that you got to get up for college. You ain't gonna be able to. Everybody's not gonna practice at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon when you go to the next level. You have to learn, even for a job, you got to get up. So we practice, 6:45, 6:30 in the morning before school. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of things that have happened in Washington, D.C. over the last couple of years, man, with some of the crimes and violence we have going on in the area, I want my kids home safe in the evenings. So we're going to get up and practice. So
I remember when we was at Gonzaga, we would have a full practice, but we had workouts at like 6:30.
We doing that now. Like, we get up, we work out, we shoot, we practice, we get on the floor, we go through things and do, demonstrate what we want to do on the floor early in the morning.
Yeah, I remember them getting up early. It was dark when I was leaving out, and it
Yeah.
was dark coming back home.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's your thoughts of the role that social media is playing in basketball now? I mean, it has its pros and its cons.
It's everything. Right now, if I go in that hallway with a basketball and I throw it behind my back a couple of times and over my head a couple of times and show my shooting form and send that tape out, you really think I could play. You be like, man, Rob, that boy, he nice. Look how he can play. It's just, I tell my kids all the time, if social media was like it was now for me, when I played, I'd be in the league. Like I'd be in the NBA somewhere. Like, cause y'all see it, man, a kid can get on there and edit a tape that he made 100 jump shots in a row. And you see that and like, he can really shoot it. Like, I want him. Like a college, I want, so you could pump yourself so to a level where we couldn't do that when we was playing the game. So social media, I think, is big. I mean, even with coaching, I pumped the Milkhouse brand like no other. Like Milkhouse, everything Milkhouse.
Mhm.
So, I want people to see the Milkhouse. I want people to know about the Milkhouse. I want people to see how we work out in the morning. I want people to see how, I think I posted something the other day on social media where, a guy, we was doing Navy SEAL training, like getting ready for the season. Like, the kids outside with the logs. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. With logs, like rowing boats. Like, I want people to see that. Like, this is what we do uptown. Like, we different. So social media is big because it gives you a platform to show everything that you can do, and you can see things that can help you as well. So it's 50-50. I see things that I ain't gonna sit here and play. I see things that other programs do. I'm like, that's unique. I might need to think about doing that to make myself better. Why would I not? So social media is big. It's real big. It can help you. It can blow you up.
So, Coach, tell me what's your thoughts about the NIL? Pros and cons of NIL. Like, I mean, it's definitely a good thing because the kids get to,
Correct.
make money off their name
Absolutely.
and likeness. But then at the same time, I'm hearing that, it's kind of taking away the power struggle between player and
Correct.
coach. So, what's your thoughts on NIL?
So, for instance, you got a kid that's playing at a university. The assistant coach only makes, let's say, 100,000, 200,000. Kids getting over $1 million some dollars through his NIL. Where's the respect level gonna be? I'm making more money than you, coach. So,
Mhm.
I mean, it probably is not like that, but you probably got some kids that's probably thinking like that, just to being a kid. What if you're making more money if I'm making more money than you, why should I respect you?
Mhm.
In that situation. And I think I heard about a situation 2 weeks ago where the quarterback at UNLV, I don't know if y'all heard about that,
Yeah.
he said he ain't playing no more. Like he set out because coach promised him some money. And he didn't give him his money. And they was undefeated when he set out. He was like top in the conference in touchdowns and everything. He not playing. So the money is starting to control everything, and that's what I seen coming with the NIL when it first came out. But we should take care of these kids, man. They take care of us. I mean, they bringing a lot of money to these programs, but that's the flip side of it too. As you go deeper and deeper into it, it's starting to be something that you can hold now against what you're supposed to really really take care of, and that's the scary part of it. So on one side I like it, but on the other side I understand the political part of it as well. It's mean. It's crazy.
Do you think you got to deal with any of that with your players, like that you coach with? Are they like, man, coach, I want to go to this school because they got a good NIL?
Oh, they ask about it all the time. That's the talk of it now. Kids want to get paid, so they gonna ask you questions about it. And that's the thing. I want to play in a program where I can get a good NIL deal and make some money, but also have a good time as far as playing basketball and getting my education, but they want to get paid. Yes. Kids ask about it all the time. Yes.
Okay.
All the time.
Man, I'm just
That's a
thinking,
conversation now.
yeah, like if you, I don't know. Every time we talk about this, I just think about when we played, like
Right.
just thinking, like,
All them
I mean, I
days.
really think, I mean, I would be thinking about the money too, but it still would be that focal point of like, I still want to go somewhere where I'm having success and I'm still gonna play. Yeah, I want the money, but I don't know if I go to a team if I just had the money and like we gonna be sorry and we ain't gonna never win, and it's like.
But realistically, you ain't gonna control that because I know your father. So I know what he gonna tell you. That money gonna be there. You gonna play basketball, or you gonna get education. Yeah. Tell me your father ain't gonna say that. I know your father because he always be on my back about doing it. So I know he gonna be on your back about that. So that's a whole different level with you and some other kids that we know coming up that because your father gonna say this. I got the NIL, I can take care of you. That's what he gonna say to you. Whatever you want, I got it. But you got kids that really, really need that to be able to take care of their family. So they looking at it from a whole different situation.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And we know some guys that grew up with us, and I heard that, hey, if that was on the table back then, there's no question they going to get that money.
Yeah.
There's no question. Yeah. Few that play with me, I already know they going to get the money because of their situation. So.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So we didn't ask this, but I wanted to bring this up. So let's say you're down 12. You don't gotta give up too much, right? But as the coach, right, you're down. I mean, you're not down 12.
Down 12.
You're down 2. Right, 12 seconds left.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You gotta draw up a play, or like, what are you doing to win the game? Or are you going for the tie? Like, what are you doing as a coach?
Honestly, I'm going for the win. So I'm gonna if it's available, first shot available, we looking for the win. If not, we want to get a layup and tie the game. But we're going to look at trying to win the game. I'm not ashamed to go on the road in a hostile environment. I mean, I've been in that situation before and gone for the win and won the game. Mm-hmm. So I mean, that's tough, but we're here to win. So
going for the win.
Yeah, but available.
Okay.
I'm not gonna sit here and say automatically. Now, if you open off the screen and you're behind the line, you want to shoot that. Yeah, if you miss that, I can live with that. But there's a possibility you can make that. We still gonna win the game. Okay. So, availability. It has to be an open shot for you to shoot that. If not, we definitely want to tie the game and go to overtime.
Are y'all drawing up a play, or you just putting the ball out there and giving?
I'm gonna draw up a play for that shot.
Okay.
Now, if he comes off a screen, might be a double, it might be a stagger. If he comes off and he's open, let's go home. Man, let's go home. If he miss it, Coach Robert deal with it. I didn't deal with him before. I deal with it. That was me.
Fall on your sword.
That was me, but I want to win the game.
Okay.
So we here to win. That's why we here. But like I said, we draw it up, and if it's available, yes.
Okay. So let's jump into training culture real quick.
Okay.
Right. Rennie was telling me that back in the day, you used to dribble the ball extremely hard, right?
Correct.
You was nice with it, right?
Correct.
Let's talk about like nowadays how training culture is affecting the game. Do you see it as a plus? Do you see it as it oversaturated? What's your thoughts on that game?
So with me and my program, and I'm just being honest, I got Tony Langley with me. Okay. So y'all know Tony, legend in Washington, D.C., probably one of the best skill teaching guys that I've known, to do that. We do this, every kid in my program does the same drills every day. Whether that be ball handling drills when they first come in, then they get to the Milkhouse, then we get to reverse layups, then we get to the Jordan layup, then we get to step throughs, then we get the Euros. We do the same drills every day. We didn't have the cones and all that stuff when we was coming up. The way that I trained was playing against him. Like, I'm gonna play against him one-on-one and work on my ball handling, trying to get past him and things like that. But the game, like again, the game has changed. So with training, you got some great trainers out here that, but I tell kids all the time, you can do all that training all day long. You got to be able to do it in the game and then perfect it on the floor. So, my guys shooting, they're getting 500 shots up a day. I count 500 a day. We got to count 500 a day. But will he make them shots in the game is what we really care about. Yeah. So, training is one thing, but perfecting it in a big time situation is something totally different. You can shoot in an empty Milkhouse, but can you shoot it in a packed Milkhouse? It's a difference.
Big difference.
Big difference.
What would you say can correlate to help making it more game related so they can make shots in the game?
Just you teaching it on the clock in a real game. I mean, putting game scenarios on the clock. Like you just said, down 12 seconds left. Run that play in practice and see can he make it. The pressure's on you to make it. You don't make it, you gonna run. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you get him saying, I have to make this. If not, Coach Rob's gonna run me. Until he makes it, and then hey, you make it, you don't run. You make it, and you miss it, you gonna run. That's the only way you can. It's like noise, like big games. We put music on, loud crowd type music, and try to make it you can't simulate a real packed game, but I'm gonna put the speaker right in front of you at the free throw line with chants and stuff that will go on in a real game. So you gotta make it hearing that noise, because on the road it's noise. So I'm gonna put the speaker right here, the free throw line, I'm gonna put the speaker right here and turn it up. Let's see if you make them. And got boing, boing, boing. But then you got guys that go up there and make them, so you know who your shooters are in the pressure situations, who you gonna put the ball in who hand. Because if you put a speaker right here and he can't make it with noise, what is he gonna do in a packed house on the road with all that noise? So you have to show kids scenarios, you know what I'm saying, and put them in scenarios as well as players, So
I like that.
All right, so we coming to the end.
Okay.
So we always play this game called either or, right? So I'm gonna ask you, you get to pick one. If you can't pick one, then you'll say both, right? But if you use both, the consequence is you have to eat a piece of ginger.
You did that face too? You don't like ginger?
Nah. Hey, I'm with you. I don't like it either, Rob. I tell you, I don't like it myself.
So explain it one more time. I want to make sure I get this.
I'm gonna give you some water right here just to wash it down, to help you wash it down, because
I ain't trying to eat it. I'm trying to get all that right.
So the game is, I'm gonna ask, so I'm gonna give an example. I'm gonna say, Boys and Girls Club or AAU. You gotta pick which one you want, but if you can't pick which one, then you say both. Okay. And then we all will have to eat some ginger. Okay. All right, so, and that's actually the first one. Boys and Girls Club or AAU? Boys and Girls Club. Herbo Collision or Berry Farms?
My man Miles Ross, my man. I gotta say both.
Okay.
Hey Miles, I know you watching this. How many pieces I'm supposed to eat?
Lord.
Good, right?
Backyard or Red Essence?
Both. Small piece, man. Why y'all doing this, man? Why are y'all doing this on Saturday morning?
This is we just getting your system flowing. That's all.
I don't like it, Rob. We going RE or EU?
RE.
Steve Francis, Moochie Norris.
Oh, come on. I mean, them both my guys. Moochie grew up with me. Man, give me the smallest piece, man. Come on, man. Y'all have me gingered out today, man. Little piece, ready.
I don't know who worse, you or him.
Woo. That stuff be having me sweating for some reason. All right, so we go Kyrie or D Rose.
D Rose.
Isaiah Thomas, older Isaiah Thomas, John Stockton.
Isaiah Thomas.
Tracy McGrady, Paul Pierce.
McGrady.
Coach K, Duke, Bobby Knight.
Coach K.
Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt, Spangon.
I'm about to eat this the whole bottle. One man. Oh man.
You put it in your smoothie ever?
Yeah, but you taste banana, strawberry, and everything else. It ain't just straight ginger.
We got Charles Barkley, Larry Johnson.
Larry Johnson.
You got Kerry or AI.
AI.
You got LeBron, MJ.
Mike. Not even close.
Okay.
All right, cool. So we done the interview. We definitely appreciate your time. What we like to do at the end is just, last thoughts that you might want to share to the parents, players, aspiring coaches, right? On, just what you think is important.
I think as a coach, you have to be someone that's just open to helping everybody. I think that's very important. Whether it's your kid, his mom might need some type of employment or something. You never know what's going on in the household. But just to be able to be open to help everyone. Like, I wouldn't be in this position that I think God put me in if He didn't want me to help everybody. So, with that being said, I want to continue to be a great coach, but I also want to continue to be a great person and a great community guy that's willing to, go beyond the call of duty to help whoever needs help, whoever's in need. And whatever that may be, that's what Coach Rob's here to do.
Okay. I like that answer. All right, y'all, man. That's a wrap. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, give some comments in the section. All right. And stay tuned for another episode.
And don't forget, stay game related.